I've accumulated under 50k in a year.
In the previous episode of Talking Point,
My goal is to get a return flight on miles.
Specialized miles credit cards, which typically give you 4 miles per dollar. Using a generic miles card, you made only 1 point something miles.
And look where it's landed me.
Here you go, ma'am. Enjoy your meal.
That doesn't look very premium.
Hey, when you're living off $20 a day, this is considered fairly premium.
In this episode of Talking Point, I am leveling up my rewards game.
Well, I try to figure out how to stretch $20 a day without missing out on life's little pleasures.
Because seeing how far money goes,
That's the real challenge.
I am halfway through my challenge, and let me tell you, I am confident, I am motivated, I believe in myself. I think I'm getting good at this miles game. Let me tell you why. I've started this Excel sheet here. This is to make sure that I can see, I have a visual of what credit card I'm using for what category, and it just keeps me in check that I'm on the right path and I'm following all the, rules. Alright, so just a quick update on my miles. I'm close to probably 4,000 miles, and I realized that all these smaller everyday spends, they can only go so far. So would I probably need to make bigger purchases to maximize spend for each card? It's great timing though, because it's the 99 sale season and I've got some backdated items that I've been meaning to get anyway. I'm trying to find at least some really good bargains, but I'm just wondering if there's more that I can do.
meet Lobang Sis. Over 30,000 people follow her on TikTok for daily deals. She says she saves about 15% to 20% every time she shops.
So I want to buy dish racks for my parents. How do I
Okay.
make sure I get the best deal?
What you can do is you can actually compare prices across platforms. You can actually take a screenshot and then you go to the other app.
Wow, like at least $10 cheaper.
So that's why it's really important to compare across platforms, because sometimes sellers, they list different prices depending on the commission structure that they have with the platform. So if the platform charges them more,
Yeah.
then they would have to pay more, then they will obviously charge you more lah. Is this the one that you want?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Okay, then you scroll down all the way. There are actually like cheaper ones. Sometimes they just offer you cheaper ones at the bottom.
Oh, why do they do that?
Yeah, it's like if they know that you're gonna scroll away already, they kind of want to retain you a bit more and be like, hey, we found something that's similar.
Smart.
Yeah, so you
it's like
kinda
a
wanna-
scavenger hunt.
They put similar products
Okay,
around because their
okay.
goal is to get you to buy.
With some of these platforms, there are the mega sales. Are they really worth it, or are the sellers just jacking up the prices?
Based on my personal observation, they do jack up prices sometimes.
Okay.
So you have to observe the retailer and track your prices a few weeks before. I would suggest to find the one that you want first. Then once you've nailed down the ones that you want or the options that you have available, then you can start tracking all of their prices weeks before to see how is the price trend across the weeks.
So then, with all these different sales available, is there a best one?
December period, and that's when they are like really big sales.
Yeah.
These mega sale period, they are really worth buying, especially if you have big ticket items. Like example, 12/12 sale, because that's December period, and that's when people shop the most, right? Or like example, if Amazon, one of the biggest sale, the Prime Day.
Are there any other hacks that I should look out for?
There are platform vouchers that we can use on those platforms, where they give you like $10 with a minimum spend of $30. You can go into the voucher section and you just claim everything.
Okay, not only did I find something nicer, it's actually like 50% cheaper than the original one I found. Okay, then I'm gonna check out.
Oh, wait. we can get more out of this. There is this thing called double dipping. Double dipping is using an external platform to earn extra miles or cashback. Okay, so there are cashback platforms like Shopback. There are also miles platforms like HeyMax or Chris Plus.
So with double dipping, is it only applicable for online purchases?
No, actually, you can use them for offline purchases as well.
With double dipping, you earn rewards and discounts twice on the same purchase. So you can go to the store's shop or app through a cashback site. You get some cashback, then you pay the bill with your credit card that gives you points or miles. Your deal just got sweeter.
The average Singapore family spends about $450 a month on groceries. But even at the same supermarket, prices for the same item can fluctuate by up to 8% from week to week. And the best deals aren't always obvious. So, how do you make your dollar go further at the supermarket? While searching for ideas, I stumbled on this Reddit post. And that's how I found Mei-Ching.
I'm told that you are very good at finding discounts at the supermarket, that we can get up to 50% off on our groceries.
Yes, that's
How
correct.
so?
For Mei-Ching, bargain hunting means hitting the supermarket as early as 8 a.m. That's when staff slash prices during restocking.
We can look for those on quick sale. There's normally a 30% red sticker on it. Normally I look out for this
Yep.
and I'll buy it on the day itself so I can cook it for dinner.
So this is a pretty good deal, from $8.40 to $5.80, 30% off.
Yeah, basically food that is close to expiration are marked down 30%. Normally in the mornings, that's when your seafood, your chilled meats have the discount. And if you turn behind, you have
Sushi.
typically this would have discount around 6 or later.
What kind of other items could I get?
Your roasted meats and breads tend to be on discount depending on shelf life of the bread.
But you know, there's so many different prices. Is there a way for me to track and compare prices at different supermarkets?
Well, there's an app you can use. It's
Yeah.
called Price Kaki.
Okay.
However, I don't use it personally
Oh, why not?
because I find it's not worth going to different supermarkets just for that few cents. The transport cost may be more than enough to cover that few cents.
I see. But you can keep track of the prices.
Yeah.
Through the app, users can compare grocery prices across supermarkets. Price Kaki also highlights promotions, giving shoppers a clearer view of the best deals at their preferred stores. Just as I thought I'd got it all figured out,
What? 12 minutes more? Seem to be cycling forever.
and Munah, things aren't looking too good for her challenge either.
Okay, I am getting stressed. I'm really not sure if I have enough time to hit my challenge goal.
It's time for lunch.
Oh, bummer. It's actually raining.
It's been 4 days since I started the budget challenge, and that's the length of time my beloved set of wheels has sat in the car park. Today I figured, why not try something different? Something a bit more adventurous. This shared bike only cost me $1, which is cheaper than the train I normally take from Labrador MRT to One North.
Let's go. Guess I should get there by 10:17. I am a bit skeptical that will happen. What? 12 minutes more? Seem to be cycling forever. Says I should turn left here, but this is what here looks like.
Let's just say it wasn't quite the smooth ride I imagined.
Wait a minute. Is this a shuttle bus for Mediacorp? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't have to cycle. Okay, so to be fair, public transport hasn't been very expensive as long as you stick to the buses and trains. But what I'm finding is that it does take more time, and I do need to plan my route to know which bus and train to take as well. So I'm wondering if there's a better way for me to stretch my dollar further and to also make better use of my time. Have you got any cheap food deals or ways to get almost free transport? Tell me all about it. I want to know.
I reached out earlier for your hacks, and this was one that stood out. So I thought, why not give it a shot?
So I'm just on my way to meet some friends for lunch, and I've decided to stop and pick up some glue for my shoe because my shoe has been falling apart. So I'm going to do that as I make my way to meet my friends.
So in Singapore, your bus and train fares are based on total distance, not the number of rides. So if you transfer within 45 minutes, the system treats it as one continuous journey. You can make up to 5 transfers as long as the whole trip is completed within 2 hours. So taking the MRT, then a bus, and then back on the MRT again can still count as a single journey.
So essentially, it was just one journey, and I'm only paying for the MRT ride, which cost me just $1.19. Pretty good, eh?
Okay, I realized that spending smart is also about being strategic. You are maximizing your spend and you can accumulate miles while doing it. So for example, I have bought grocery vouchers from Haymax using my miles card. So I've earned extra miles on top of what I usually get. And then with those grocery vouchers, I went on to buy groceries. Alright, so earlier today I tried out the cashback plus miles double dip. So I bought something in store for $32 and I paid with my miles card through ShopBack, which means I would have earned about 100 plus miles and it says 64 cents cashback. So after today's purchase, I would have accumulated about 4,000 plus miles. Alright, so the thing is I have 30 days to accumulate miles to redeem a free flight and time is running out, so I'm really not sure if I have enough time to hit my challenge goal.
Heading out for lunch, and I came up with the idea that one of the cheapest meals you can find is actually in the school. So we can't go into a primary or secondary school, so I've got the next best option. I'm here at the National University of Singapore. Gonna hunt down some cheap food. Yes, rice, makan. Beef rendang, fried egg, Bagharib. 12 bought some nasi padang. All this for $5.50. I'm heading out to meet some friends. Normally, if I drove, I would leave half an hour before meeting up, but this time I'm leaving a whole 1 hour and 15 minutes before because it takes that much longer and I don't want to be late. Okay, just waiting for my friends to show up, but I've just looked at the menu prices and there is no way I will not be busting my budget tonight. Just making my way home from the MRT station. Overall, I did, yes, burst my budget. Dinner itself was $50, so that's over and above the $20 that I had spent for the day on other food and transport. So I'm realizing that the moment you go out to a nice restaurant, if you are celebrating something, meeting up with friends, it's virtually impossible to keep within that $20 budget.
Lin Yu Kai is a self-taught pro at eating well without blowing the budget. Back when he was unemployed, he had to get creative just to enjoy a decent meal out. Today, he's showing me one of his go-to hacks.
You've asked me to meet you here for dinner, but it's only like 4 o'clock, so why are we here so early?
Yeah, so that's the hack that I'm going to introduce to you.
Okay.
So basically, it's an app called Itigo. I've made a reservation for 2 of us at 4 p.m. So what this app does is to drive customers to various restaurants at off-peak hours. And by doing so, you really get a much bigger discount that you would normally have. So right now, if you see it on the app, at 4 o'clock, it's 40% off the total bill.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, that's all right. So if, for instance, my bill is $100, I would get $40 off.
So what this app does is you can just search based on your location and then
Right.
it will show like the nearest restaurants around you. Sometimes, even if you have no idea what you want to eat, I just use this and like, hey, let's just go somewhere, make a reservation and you're good to go.
Okay. what are the largest discount you've ever come across? Does it get up to like 80% or?
I wish there was, but I think the biggest I saw was about 60% off.
But these discounts only apply to us because we're eating during off-peak hours.
Yeah,
But what if
that's
I
right.
want to meet up with some friends? They can only come after work. So between like 6:30 to 8:30, the normal, dinner time.
So for that, I use this thing called the Grab Dine Out. So what you can do is either you get some bill discounts over here,
Yeah.
or you can buy vouchers in advance and use them. So for example, a $50 voucher would maybe cost $40 to $45, so you
I
kind of save from
see.
there as well. And I think the good thing about this is they have like thematic stuff as well. Just like today, there's this Dine Out Tuesday where they have specific discounts if you eat on Tuesdays. But I think the big difference with Eatigo is that with Eatigo, you have to make the reservation on the app for you to be eligible for the discount.
So it's almost like making a normal restaurant reservation.
I think at the end of the day, 40 to 60% discount is really a lot. And when you eat out with friends, it all adds up.
Steve's pulled off his final hack, and he's closing in on the finish line of his $20 a day challenge.
That vroom that warms my heart.
But while he savors victory, I've still got one final lesson to learn.
That vroom that warms my heart. I'm back in the driver's seat, reunited. It feels so good. I have learned though that, this really is a luxury and a privilege.
Alright, so I am in the last few days of my challenge and I have accumulated about 5,000 miles. So now that I'm closing in on my challenge, I wonder if there's an easy and efficient way to redeem my miles.
This is Jax, a content creator who shows people how to score cheap flight deals and redeem their miles smartly. He's so good at redeeming miles, he's earned enough for business class flights, not just for himself, but also for his father. And I'm here to pick up a few of his top redemption tips.
Alright, so I've collected about 5,000 miles, but it's not enough for me to redeem a free trip.
In the grand scheme of things, really good for 1 month because when you multiply it across 12 months, that is actually a lot of miles. It's like 60k miles. So let me tell you how you can potentially go for something that's more optimal in terms of redemption.
Okay.
Because redeeming for economy return will be very bad value for your miles. Let me just give you a quick comparison, okay? For a one-way business from Singapore to Japan, it will cost 2.8k. Which is ridiculous when you think about it, right? But the thing is, for miles-wise, it will cost 54.5k miles. So when you sort of divide it, right, the value per mile you're going to get is 5 cents.
To get the best bang for your buck, savvy mile hackers aim for each mile redeemed to be worth more than 2 cents. You get that number by dividing the ticket price by the miles used. If it's below 2 cents, your miles are undervalued. You're paying more for the flight than it's worth.
In this game of accumulating miles, it gives you access to sort of like the premium products that are like business class, SIA suites, which otherwise you realistically, unless you're super rich, you won't be able to pay with cash. You are only able to access it either if your company pays for it or if you have miles.
Yep.
So naturally that is sort of like, I think, the more optimal way to spend your miles in this case, because why would you redeem for a product that you can easily buy with cash?
So do you have any other tips or hacks for mile redemption?
Yeah, so in this case, you might not necessarily need to get locked into one airline. You can always consider other options. So maybe let's look at the SIA first, right?
Okay.
One-way business to Europe, it's 108.5k miles, okay? If you were to search on Qatar, right, to fly to Italy, right, it will only cost 75k miles, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, which
That's
is
a big difference.
Yeah, 20k miles already,
Yeah.
correct? But the thing is, for airlines like Qatar, will have like connecting flight, correct? So there are 2 legs of flights, which means that you will be paying a little bit more in airport taxes. So in this case, you see, right? Sometimes for different routes, different airlines might be more value for redemption. Another hack I have, right, is that if you are flexible with your travel plans, one thing that SIA sort of like do every month is that they have something called a spontaneous escapes. It's easily one of the best values of redemption out there. So what they do is that they will give 30% discount like on the miles redemption for those specific routes that they can't fill up.
Okay, so using one of the hacks I learned about from my budget challenge, Mei Ching told me about this app called Price Kaki, which essentially crowdsources data from participating retailers. So you just need to add your favorite supermarket to the list. Then you can go online and you can check prices and find out who has the best deal. And it's not just for groceries, it's even for petrol prices and hawker food as well. But today, it's groceries for me because I have a special guest coming over for lunch. So let's see what I can find. Decided on a chicken wrap because the chicken was on sale. You know, I just needed to add onions, some peppers, and to buy the wraps themselves.
My 5-day budget challenge taught me plenty of clever money-saving hacks.
Yum, it smells good.
What are some of the hacks that you're probably going to continue doing after this episode?
Okay, so what I've learned is that this mile hacking, it's not about spending more than you usually do, which
Okay.
is really important to me, right? So one hack I'm gonna keep is double dipping.
Double?
Yes, where
Okay.
you pay for items with your miles credit card via a cashback platform. So you
I
earn miles
see.
and then you earn cashback as well. How about you?
For me, I discovered that, you know, when we go to the restaurant, you have all these, you go for the buffet and you get a really plethora of food.
Yes.
I found a way to get that variety for 1/5 of the price. You just gotta eat it at a different time. After everybody else has had their share.
Oh, that's so clever.
Yeah.
Okay, one more hack from me.
Okay,
Just
what's that?
come to Steve's house.
Oh, really?
You get free food.
Why not? I guess that's it. On that note, we can say this is a wrap.